Praise the Lord, everybody. I was watching this interview. It was with my first time seeing it. Cassius Clay, which he went by Muhammad Ali, and the legend comedian Red Fox. And somebody asked him a question. He was talking about one of the guys. Can't remember exactly what he asked, but he was like, pretty much along the lines of, when you went to go fight such and such, why was the people around you saying that you were going to make your grave as if you're going to die in the ring, or as if you were going to lose? And he said, and Muhammad Ali replied something so profound. He was like, along the line of fear, he say, after he was just talking about how at times, he do be fearful at times, like when he see a great opponent like that. But he said, but he had to remember that, what I'm fighting for, and, pretty much how I train and how I fight, that's a different setter, so that gives me confidence. But at the end, he says, the people who don't know how to defend themselves or don't know how to fight like me, they are afraid for me because they put themselves in the ring going against the opponent that I'm going against. And that touched my heart, because I'm like King David. His brothers were bigger. They were soldiers, for the ones who were soldiers. And you had King Saul, and you had other people. His brothers told him, go back. They didn't even say he came to give them bread, but he asked what's going on, and his brothers told him to go back. King Saul was like, I don't know. They all doubted him, not just because of his size of stature, but they needed a deliverer. They needed somebody to fight on their behalf. So you would think, regardless of a young man's size or whatever, you would say, hey, man, he a giant, man. You're a youth, but look, hey, if you want to do your thing, go on ahead, But instead, they was at first like, no. But why? They put themselves, they were there, but they put themselves in the ring going against him, and they were afraid. They imagined themselves getting slain. They imagined themselves getting killed. This guy was undefeated. This is Goliath. He's a champion from his youth. He had great stature. So, if he killed me, or he killed my brothers, or if he killed King Saul, what's going to happen to Israel? He's going to be, we're going to be a bondage. They was pretty much ready to give up. They stood there like, what, but they imagined themselves. David could have been like, y'all right, man. I'm you right about that. He is giant. No, but he came with confidence. So I want to encourage you all, as far as business, even as far as marriage or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with hearing people's opinion. If you ask their opinion, if they're like, hey, man, when it comes down to marriage, man, I went through this and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. You can learn from that, okay? Learn what to do, what not to do. But don't ever let no one dictate what you and God has going on. God tells you to go to Europe, and you're going to be blessed. You hear there's a famine in Europe, and you have your family members saying, why you want to go? There's a famine. Or the Lord say, go start up a business or a church. And they like, well, the property taxes and the interest rates and this and that. And, your record shows you haven't been paying your bills on time and this and that. And IRS could take your money, and they could take your house, and you could be thrown in jail. And all this stuff could happen to a person, but they're imagining themselves doing it, whether you're more official than them as far as accolades or not. If the Lord say go do it, you got to remember your training. You got to remember your fight. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. They asked Michael Jordan the exact same thing. They say, do you get afraid before you go into them big games? He stopped and was like, he said, I used to be afraid. He said, but it's not so much afraid anymore. He said, I get like butterflies in my stomach, like a little nervousness and things like that, to where it's not like I'm defeated, but it's just like, oh, this is a big game. I'm going to get some big players, blah, blah, blah. He said, but again, what boosts my confidence is my training. He said, even though I have butterflies and these guys are great guys I'm going against, I know how I train. I know what I'm doing behind the closed doors while I'm training. I know the strength, the time, the hours of perfecting my moves. So when I think about the way I train, he said, a lot of those guys train hard, but they don't train like I train. A lot of guys train close to me, but the moves is different, So he was like, when I think about that, the butterflies leave, and I go out there and I do exactly what I do every night, is to show forth what I train, to show forth what I do in secret. That's why people get the oohs and the ahs and wow. Oh, man, to me, it's easy. To me, it's just another move. But to y'all, oh my, look what he did, because this is what I do in practice. So it's second nature. So I want to encourage you all, keep training the Lord and your prayers. You know what God have for you. He's showing you. Even if he didn't show you yet, say, Lord, show me, so that you may go in confidence. And when somebody say, why are you going over there? Why are you doing this? Why? You tripping? Why? You're poor. You're a felon. You're this and that. You can just continue saying, it's okay. I prayed on them to continue, and they may call you stupid. Well, if anything happened, they don't call me, and just look at me and smile and say, God bless you. Because you know how you train. You know what God told you. But they're looking from their lens and not yours. God bless you.